March 12, 1945, near Remagen, Germany. Unteroffizier Klaus Brenner peered through his field glasses at the American position 400 meters away. His Panzerfaust 60 weighed heavily on his shoulder, its maximum effective range of 60 meters making it useless at this distance. The Americans knew German infantry had to close within suicidal range to threaten tanks. They kept their Shermans back, protected by open ground that meant certain death for any German carrying the bulky anti-tank weapon. Then Brenner saw something impossible. A single American soldier, no assistant, no crew, lifted what appeared to be a small artillery piece onto his shoulder. The weapon was perhaps 1.5 meters long, absurdly small for what happened next. The soldier aimed casually, as if holding a rifle rather than an anti-tank weapon. The blast when it fired seemed wrong, dispersed somehow, not the concentrated forward explosion Brenner expected. But 400 meters away, a hidden German Sturmgeschütz, 3, erupted in flames. Its 80mm frontal armor penetrated cleanly. The American lowered the weapon, loaded another round by himself in seconds, and destroyed a second vehicle. Brenner watched in stunned silence as one man with one weapon accomplished what would require an entire German infantry platoon to attempt, and from a range that made German anti-tank weapons worthless toys. The M18 57mm Recoilless rifle represented a revolution in infantry anti-tank warfare that German military science had declared physically impossible. While German forces relied on the Panzerfaust's shaped charge warhead that required suicidal proximity, American engineers had solved the fundamental problem of recoilless weapons, creating a rifle that one man could carry, aim, and fire accurately at ranges exceeding 400 meters. German doctrine stated that portable anti-tank weapons were limited by Newton's third law. Every action requires an equal and opposite reaction. To launch a projectile capable of penetrating tank armor required accepting massive recoil that made accurate aimed fire impossible for man-portable weapons. The Panzerfaust solved this through a disposable tube that vented backblast, but this limited range to 60 meters for the Panzerfaust, 60 and 100 meters for the rare Panzerfaust 100. Beyond these ranges, the projectile's trajectory became so curved that hitting anything required luck more than skill. The American approach defied German assumptions entirely. The M18 fired a 2.36-pound projectile containing a shaped charge warhead, capable of penetrating 3 inches of armor at any range. But instead of accepting limited range, the weapon used a perforated case that vented propellant gases rearward through a venturi, cancelling recoil while maintaining projectile velocity. The mathematics seemed impossible to German engineers who had attempted similar designs. The M18 weighed only 44 pounds, light enough for one soldier to carry and operate. Its effective range against stationary targets reached 700 yards, against moving targets 450 yards, compared to the Panzerfaust's optimistic 100 yards. Most critically, it could fire repeatedly without replacement, using ammunition that cost a fraction of disposable German weapons. Major Hans Riedel, a Wehrmacht weapons specialist captured near Cologne, later testified about his first encounter with the M18. We had intelligence reports about American recoilless weapons, but dismissed them as propaganda. The physics didn't work according to our calculations. A man-portable weapon with artillery range and tank-killing power violated fundamental principles. Then I watched an American private destroy 3 of our assault guns in 90 seconds from 500 meters. One soldier accomplished what would require a full German company to attempt. The transformation of anti-tank combat had begun in 1943 when Edward Uhl and Colonel René Studler started development of what would become the M18. They understood that shaped charge effectiveness didn't depend on projectile velocity, only accurate delivery to target. By eliminating recoil, they could create a weapon that combined the portability of a bazooka with the accuracy of a rifle and the power of artillery. The production statistics revealed American industrial logic applied to weapons development. While Germany produced approximately 8 million Panzerfausts during the war, each one a single-use weapon, America manufactured 2,592 M18 rifles with 1,965,642 rounds of ammunition. Each M18 could fire thousands of rounds. Each round cost approximately $12 compared to $25 for a complete Panzerfaust. The mathematics of efficiency overwhelmed German calculations. German forces first encountered the M18 during Operation Varsity, the Rhine crossing, in March 1945. Fallschirmjäger units, Germany's elite paratroopers, found themselves facing American infantry who could engage German armor at ranges that made return fire impossible. Oberfeldwebel Wilhelm Hoffmann of Fallschirmjäger Regiment 6 described the shock in his diary. The Americans had turned every rifleman into an artillery piece. They engaged our vehicles from rooftops 600 meters away. Our Panzerfausts couldn't reach one-third that distance. We had to expose ourselves completely to get within range while they fired from cover, at distances we thought safe. The M18's accuracy stunned German forces accustomed to area effect weapons. The rifle featured a simple optical sight and fired a stabilized projectile that flew a flat trajectory to 400 meters. American soldiers could place rounds precisely on target at ranges where German weapons scattered wildly. Training revealed another American advantage. While German soldiers received minimal instruction with Panzerfausts, often just demonstrations before combat, American infantry trained extensively with the M18. The weapon's reusable nature meant soldiers could fire hundreds of practice rounds, developing proficiency impossible with single-use German weapons. The psychological impact exceeded the physical. German tank crews had operated under the assumption that maintaining 150-meter standoff distance protected them from infantry anti-tank weapons. The M18 destroyed this safety margin. Every American infantryman potentially carried a weapon that could destroy tanks at ranges exceeding tank machine gun effectiveness. General Lieutenant Fritz Bayerlein, commanding the Panzerlehr Division, reported to Wehrmacht High Command in April 1945 about the new American weapons. The enemy has achieved what we thought impossible. Every infantry squad possesses anti-tank capability at artillery ranges. Our tanks cannot approach American positions without facing volleys of recoilless rifle fire from ranges where we cannot respond. They have made our armor advantage irrelevant. The M18 represented more than technical innovation. It embodied American military philosophy of empowering individual soldiers with maximum firepower. Where German doctrine emphasized specialized units and careful resource management, Americans gave every unit overwhelming capability. The weapon's simplicity enabled mass production and distribution that German industry couldn't match even conceptually. By April 1945, American divisions crossing into Germany carried hundreds of M18 rifles. The 82nd Airborne alone possessed 162 M18s during Operation Varsity. German intelligence calculated that American infantry divisions had more anti-tank firepower than German panzer divisions. This inversion of expected capabilities shattered Wehrmacht tactical planning. The weapon's versatility exceeded German single-purpose designs. Beyond anti-tank use, the M18 fired high-explosive, white phosphorus, and smoke rounds. American infantry used it as portable artillery, destroying machine gun positions, bunkers, and buildings at ranges impossible for German infantry weapons. This multi-role capability meant American forces carried fewer specialized weapons while maintaining superior firepower. Field Marshal Albert Kesselring noted the strategic impact in his memoirs. The American recoilless rifles made our tank infantry cooperation tactics obsolete. We had perfected combined arms, assuming infantry anti-tank weapons had 100-meter range. The Americans quadrupled that range overnight. Every tactical manual became worthless. We were fighting tomorrow's war with yesterday's weapons. The M18's influence extended beyond battlefield mathematics. Its existence proved American technical superiority in fields Germany considered its domain. German engineers had dismissed perforated cartridge cases as impractical, had calculated recoilless weapons required massive size, had accepted range limitations as physics. American engineers simply solved each problem through superior materials, manufacturing precision, and systematic development. When German forces captured M18 rifles, they discovered construction quality that exceeded their best weapons. The seamless steel barrel, precision-machined venturi, and optical sight represented manufacturing standards German industry had abandoned under wartime pressure. Each weapon demonstrated that American mass production achieved quality German craftsmanship couldn't match. The ammunition revealed equal superiority. Each round contained precisely measured propellant charges, consistently manufactured shaped charge cones, and reliable fusing. German ammunition quality had deteriorated as slave labor replaced skilled workers. American rounds maintained tolerances that ensured consistent performance at maximum range. Post. War analysis confirmed the M18's decisive impact during the Rhine crossing and final German collapse. German tank losses to infantry weapons increased 400% after M18 deployment. Tank commanders reported that American infantry had become more dangerous than American tanks. The psychological effect of facing infantry who could destroy armor at rifle ranges accelerated German military collapse. The Panzerfaust had symbolized German innovation born of desperation, a simple weapon for Hitler Youth and Volkssturm to achieve miracles through sacrifice. The M18 symbolized American innovation born of abundance, giving professional soldiers tools that made sacrifice unnecessary. Where Germans expected heroic death at close range, Americans delivered efficient destruction at safe distance. Lieutenant Colonel George Reinberg, observing M18 effectiveness during the Rhine crossing, wrote that German tanks had become afraid of American infantry. They knew every bush might hide a weapon that could destroy them at ranges where they couldn't respond. The hunters had become the hunted. Tank warfare had changed forever. The M18 57mm Recoilless rifle proved that American industry and innovation could revolutionize warfare overnight, turning supposed German advantages into fatal disadvantages through superior technology and unlimited production that transformed every American soldier into a tank killer.